Halo 3's launch was likely Xbox's peak as a brand. They were in first place against the PS3 and everyone wanted Halo. It was a pop culture phenomenon that represented a culmination of both Xbox and Halo, starting as a newcomer as Xbox with Halo Combat Evolved to this HD sequel that was dominating the PS3 with their hubris at the time with Halo 3. And I find it coincidental that Halo 3 is roaring onto the PC for the first time on July 14th, 9 days before Xbox's July 23rd Series X event. Is Halo 3 launching on PC the culmination of years of Microsoft listening and working with their heads down to bring Xbox back? I hope so, and I want to discuss why the egg has finally cracked for Microsoft and what hatches better be good on July 23rd. Before we get into all that, please consider liking the video if you found this good, enjoyable, helpful, and consider subscribing. We're going to be covering next gen from both Sony and Microsoft, and we're going to be having a discussion with the group on our preview thoughts of the July 23rd event shortly. I said Halo 3 was the peak. Well, what happened after that? What was the valley like? Microsoft looked to Nintendo's success, the Wii, and ultimately fell into the exact same trap Nintendo set for themselves with the Wii U. They launched the Kinect. Accessible, easy, for everyone. Seemingly harmless at first, the Kinect sold pretty damn well. Suddenly focuses were shifted. First-party studios were now making Kinect games like Rare. The UI was changed, and suddenly we have Microsoft Mii's now. Multimedia streaming was important in an era where you couldn't just buy an HDMI dongle to stream all your content. It was important to get Hulu and Netflix and all these streaming services on board, and at the time when streaming was less of a commodity and more of a premium thing, it made sense to focus on streaming. And all of these changes steered the Xbox ship towards a course which would cause Sony to rebound and Microsoft to read the sales of the Kinect as more than a gimmick and multimedia streaming as essential to a console. And here we go. Cue the Xbox One. It ships with a Kinect. It has extraneous features like HDMI in for multimedia, ultimately driving up the cost, and it has a less focus on games and is ultimately a weaker console that costs $100 more than PlayStation 4 at launch. Entering a Wii U era for Microsoft, where there's an overemphasis on the casual gamer and the hardcore is completely lost and left in the dust, where things would not turn around until Phil Spencer takes to the scene. Years ago, we at Cohesive Friendship Unit described Microsoft as, quote, vomiting all over themselves. Since then, things have maybe not changed, but the glimmer of hope is there. No more Kinect with Xbox Ones. A true 4K console that is more powerful in the Xbox One X. Microsoft buying up tons of studios with great IP behind them like Hellblade. Backwards compatibility, going as far as emulating and upgrading Xbox 360 games. Consumer-friendly ideas and features. Game Pass. And their first-party games coming to PC. All of these are puzzle pieces being made, slowly coming together. But the one thing to complete that puzzle would be, should be, hopefully will be, the Xbox Series X. A console that launches without the baggage of the Xbox One's bad PR, always on DRM, and no used games. A console that launches with gaming first and the games to back it with their new studios. A console with consumer-friendly services rather than consumer hostility. July 23rd is a big day for Microsoft. Here's hoping that Halo 3 is a sign that Xbox is ready for a second peak.